You have all kinds of ways to work here. Okay, let's see. So tell me a little bit. What's your questions? What are you wanting to do?
I just want to know what we should be paying off like first to like what makes sense for us. Like, should I pay off my car? Should I pay off my husband's truck? Like, what should we be knocking down? And because if we do have extra money and I want to knock stuff off, I want to own some things, you know? I wanna,
Okay, so the very first thing that I suggest before you use savings or anything, I think that you need to get a line of credit. That's what I would do because once you get either your home equity loan transferred or converted into a line of credit, then you're going to be able to do real damage to the debt.
okay.
So, for example, so your balance is 121, and when this turns into a line of credit, because your payment's currently 1,400, let's say they give you a 9.5% rate.
Okay.
Let's act like that it's just really high.
Okay.
When your income goes into this line, which would be about 9,000, you can see how that alone is going to help you to reduce this balance. Then your expenses are going to come back out. So let's just do some math and see what your interest is going to be there. So 112 would be your balance. Then you're going to add in, let's say you have 7,500 in monthly expenses.
Yep. Now, like, I can like use that to pay my loan. Sorry, my mortgage, you know, or like, is it like, does it come in a credit card or like a debit card?
Can come in a debit card. Usually, like it's linked to your checking account. So if the HELOC or the to be HELOC is at the same bank as you have a checking account, they can usually link it to your checking account. Okay. So we'll talk about what that does. But your expenses won't be 7,500 anymore because this 1,400 no longer is being paid out. Because when your income goes in, it satisfies this, so you don't need that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So 7,500, 1,400, so 6,100 is going to be your new expenses.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Expenses. So minus.
118. Then your interest is going to be about $923, which if you look at your statement that you're paying on this right now under the loan, it's closer to $1,400. It's very high right now.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. All right. So income in, expenses out. Let's see how long it's going to take you to pay that off just doing it this way. So in 66 months, this would be paid off just doing this income in, expenses out. Actually, no, it's going to be less than that. Hold on. 54 months. So 54 more months, this would be paid off.
Okay. That's
Okay.
great.
Now that's the difference that the line makes compared to the loan that you're paying now. You're paying a whole lot of interest, and the line will cut that down to where you're not paying as much. So, like I said, income goes in, you're satisfying this payment, your interest is going to come out in your next statement date. So, income in, expenses out, interest out, and this is going to pay off doing nothing, no extra income, not worried about even using your savings unless you wanted to in this. Now, if you get this put into a line, and let's say you're going to, in about, let's see what you would be doing here. So if you have, let me grab your worksheet back up here.
Sorry. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So you have, let's say, you took $10,000 of your savings. Let's say you're going to use it to help out with this. So with the 121 that you currently have, and when it's converted into a HELOC, that's a line of credit, your income again, we'll show it going in here. You're at 112. Then let's see. I figured. Let's say that you did this income in, expenses out for 6 months. So in 6 months, your balance should be down to 107,800.
Okay.
So this, if you did this for 6 months, this would be your balance approximately. Then if you put in your 10,000 even right here, you'd be down to 97,800. Then you can start paying off the Disney Vacation Club or your SUV.
Okay.
Then you would start throwing the debt into this and gaining more cash flow. Okay.
I see. So that like his truck is like what 600, 650 a month. So that
Yes.
would be us the 650. Okay.
Yes, that would end it. And
Okay.
then, so that means that with the cash flow you have here now
Mhm.
and the cash flow from the truck, meaning you'd have the truck paid off in 13 and a half months.
I see. Okay. And so it's not a matter of like paying down one loan and then paying down another loan. It's like you just keep adding it,
Yeah.
I
You
guess.
just keep throwing it in here. You can like start with your car first and do that because it would pay off your car. And if you
Like,
did it first, that would be paid off in 8.5 months.
okay.
Then
So,
you can add your husband's truck in.
okay. So, like, I have this home equity loan thing, the line of credit, the HELOC,
Mm-hmm.
and it's attached to my account. And every
Mm-hmm.
time that we get paid, I'm putting all of our income into that.
Yes.
And then, like, we have an American Express card for like flight points.
Uh-huh.
Are we not using that anymore, or what do we think? Because that's an automatic payment that we pay with our home, like with our debit card. So
Every single thing that you can put onto the credit card, I would. That's what I do. So I do the same thing and let you can let the miles pile up. Like I looked at one of mine and I had 29,000 points on it. So um, you can do that and then pay it off once a month with the HELOC.
yeah, okay, okay,
Because let me explain, when you have the HELOC attached to your checking account or a link, what it serves as is like an overdraft protection. So if this is your bank and then you have checking and HELOC, as long as this checking stays at a zero balance, if you have $1,000 payment come in here and hits the zero, it's automatically going to come out of the HELOC, and then you'll have the $1,000 in here. Then be paid off. Okay, so that's the way it works. And so you would just use your checking account the way you're currently using it. It's just that this would be set up to revolve.
okay. So as soon as we get the money in, it's every other Wednesday for me and every Wednesday for my husband. It'll
Yep.
just go right into the HELOC.
You'll have to transfer your income into the HELOC.
Cool. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Transfer that. That's what I have to do with mine. But HELOC will pick up any items that come in to be paid.
Okay, cool.
Like if you have $1,000 on your American Express card, it automatically pays out of your checking. Then this will automatically pick it up. So when you go ask for them to convert the loan into a line, and if they should do that, there shouldn't be a problem. If they don't, you can go pick up a line of credit from somewhere else and pay it off. So regardless, you can get it.
Okay.
Then um, you're going to have your checks or debit cards or whatever with this to use just like you are, okay? But ask them to link the HELOC to the checking account.
Okay. Yep.
Very, very simple once that's linked. What other questions do you have about that?
How can I mess it up? Like I don't want to mess it up, but I'm scared. Like there's birthday parties. There's things that we didn't put in the equation on our map thingy here.
Mm-hmm.
That like come up. But it is mostly like I can set a limit to like $100 or whatever. But I guess I would just be using my credit card for that, anyways, and I'll just set a limit.
Yes, because this, as the line of credit comes down every single month, you're going to have plenty of room in your line to buy anything you need because it's going to keep coming down, the balance is, which is going to leave that money available for you to use as you need to use it. After you charge onto the American Express, at the end of the month or when it's due, just have that amount come out of the HELOC and pay it off and start all over again.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, because we pay ours off in full. Like it's usually like $5,000 that we'll put on of like all of our food expenses and like all of our auto pays come out of it. And then we pay it off in full like every month.
That's excellent.
Religious with it. We have good credit because of it, I guess. But
Right.
I don't know. My husband is really good with finances. Like he's good and I'm not. I'll just spend whatever. So he handles all the finances. But I was like, now we're just at the point where we have so much going out. I was
Right.
like, I want to link up with you to be like, there has to be a better way.
Well, you're in it. And another thing that you could do if you and your husband talk about it, they have a first lien HELOC that can take over the mortgage and the home equity loan and give you one huge line that you can work with. So that's another option that you have.
Okay. I mean, would you recommend it for like we're newbies? My husband, he's really good with the auto pay and he pays everything off in full and everything's good there. But I it's kind of like out of my wheelhouse, so I just want to learn as much as.
Okay. Let's see. You've got a 340 balance on your home and 121 in that loan. So you're talking 461,000. Yep. But if you put all of that into a line, it takes that $3,700 that you have due on both of these now. And again, when your income goes in, it's going to satisfy any payment that this line would have.
I see.
This line would be at about 7.75%. So it's going to be about 2% less.
So we are pretty blessed in our home, like our mortgage is 2.24 interest rate. So I don't know if I should, mess with that
How
or
long have you been in it?
2019. So we're still new.
Let's see what that's going to look like for you. Let's see. Let's just see what that's going to look like. So,
because we would do like a VA, like it's a VA loan. So we would see if they have a veterans rate or something. I don't know.
these HELOCs, when you're talking about the only way you can get a line of credit, actually, you couldn't get one that high with a business anyway. Because the line of credit isn't really it just goes off of whatever the prime is. So they don't really give you lower rates like they do with a mortgage. But let's talk about that for a second. So that means that all of your debt would be paid off in about less than 13 years. Yeah, if you moved everything into a line. It's just the way it works because the line, you can control it. That's why I always talk about getting your debt in control. And that means once it's in a line and out of these loans, you can now control what you're doing with that. And that is with you not making any of your extra money. That's just setting at that 9,000.
That's crazy. That's crazy because I also make overtime too, but I didn't even put it in because it's so sporadic. Okay. What would you do? What do you suggest? I'm like scared to lose that 2.24%, but we're not even touching that loan. Essentially, we're just paying like the 23.
Because the 2.24% is not 2.24%. If you watch my video, you know that it's about 50% that you're paying. Yeah, it's just a loan. That's just a different interest rate. So when you look at that, you're paying, 50% on your mortgage, and then you're looking at 8.5% on that loan. That is really that 8.5%. You're talking 869. That's about 170%. That's why you're not going to be knocking that loan off anytime soon because none of your payment is going towards principal hardly. So that's going to be a while. When you said though that was a 10-year.
Yeah, so our home equity is a 10-year, and then our mortgage is a 30-year fix from 2019. And I think on our home equity it's like 8.75% for the interest on that. I think. Yeah, 8.5. So
you're going to be paying about $40,000 plus in interest if it's a 10-year.
I'll try to see if I can do the first lien HELOC. I'll see if my bank I don't know if I
have a lender too that I can refer you to if they don't. So when the lender does it that I work with, they'll take and pay off your mortgage and your home equity. Anything that you want to be paid off, like I figured your cars and the Disney Club in there too.
Okay. Like
when I
all at
say,
once, you think? Or
yeah,
okay.
they do it all at once.
Okay.
Then, let me see if you've got enough equity to do that. Yeah, you've got enough equity. So, when they pay all of that off, they give you a checking account with it. So you don't even have to transfer your income in. You just have everything set up with that one checking account and it does everything for you. So you don't have to do any transfers.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I know like we have two banks. We have Holy Rosary Credit Union and Northeast Credit Union. I'll ask like either one. We have most of everything in our Holy Rosary checking account and all that. All comes out of it. So I hope that they have it because that would be like smooth transition.
Yeah, hopefully they do too. The going rate for that is about a high of 7.75% on the big one, the first lien.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll look
I think. Yeah, I think that if I were you, I think that's what I would do because your income and then any extra that you throw into it, you're going to be paying it off pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, 13 years. I mean, just on the Disney loan is 12 years alone. So it's
Wow.
crazy for everything to be paid
Yeah.
off.
The Disney loan has really high interest rates too, so you're paying a lot of interest there as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They get you.
Once you knock out interest, that's why everything pays off so fast. Is because once you knock off the interest, I mean, you're going to win. And that's what the line does. Is it really knocks it back a lot. Also, if you just get the home equity loan converted to a line of credit, you're going to run about the same on the payoff. So it'd be about 13 to 15 years just using that home equity.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds nice to have all this stuff paid off. If we could do that big one, the first-lien HELOC,
Yeah.
I'm going to try for that. I think if that makes the most sense, I think, and hopefully they have it.
If you don't, if your bank doesn't, feel free to, or I'll go ahead and send you a link and you can just use that link if you want to talk to them about the first lien.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because I'm not sure, like why they didn't even bring it up or whatever. But like you said, if they're going to lose out on interest money, then it's messed up. But
very seldom will they offer that information. Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully they have that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot. Some banks do, so you might look up and they have it there.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, we can even switch banks to whatever you guys suggest. But yeah, I'm super excited just to see what they have. So thank you.
Good. But I think you all are in great shape. I mean, your money is just sitting right now. You're throwing so much money out in interest that does not need to be going out in interest. I mean, you're literally throwing checks out the window. And once you get everything put into a line of credit, that'll clear up really fast.
That's crazy. I'm definitely going to tell my parents about, they just signed on to like a bigger mortgage and they're in retirement mode. So yeah, I'll tell them about the HELOC just to hop on it, get it done. But thank you.
Yeah. So I would say you're throwing about $2,500 a month away in interest, and imagine what you could do with $2,500 on your debt.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I just want to bring all this stuff down. So this is amazing. I'm gonna give it a go. That's all I can do, and I really appreciate it.
Well, if you forgot to ask any questions that you think of when you hang up here, feel free to email me, and I'll be glad to answer.
Cool, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think everything's on paper now, so I'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. But thank you.
All righty then. All right, you feel free to reach out.
Cool. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.